Alright, so we have been sitting here for almost 45 minutes, but I figure we should probably get on with it. Um, we are going to be down a member tonight. Something unexpected came up on their end, and unfortunately, they will not be able to join us. So, um, even so, we have a player joining us today. Say hi, Wubs.
Oh.
Alright. And we've got three of us returning. We have
Hi.
that right there is Jurch, Monarda, and Sheree is here as well.
Yes, I am.
And Fake Grace is remarkably deeply asleep. Halflings tend to sleep rather deeply. But yeah, we're gonna do a bit of story building tonight, if that's all right with y'all.
Of course.
Alright. So, when we left off last night, y'all were playing the tavern. One of you was Briar was sitting back playing some music for the tavern. Sheree was prodding the Dragonborn and the two half-dragons for information. Tox was just sitting back and enjoying his drinks and food. Vidya was essentially hovering next to Sheree, making sure she didn't get into any trouble. That's gonna be a very, very daunting task for you moving forward, I imagine.
Most likely.
But after that, you were all shown to your rooms. You had two rooms, one for the ladies and for Vidya, and one for Tox. You slept pretty easily. Nothing really big happened. But then, Tox is awakened in the morning by someone banging on the door.
Oh boy, I wonder who that could be.
Oh boy.
So, y'all are in the second floor of the inn that you were in last time. And if you're not sure how to get that in view, on the right side there's going to be a vertical bar. There's going to be 4 different diamonds attached to it. You're going to be using the green one to lift and lower the cutout point. And that's going to help you find where you're at. You can click the padlock to keep it from moving automatically. So, yeah. So, Tox, you wake up to a banging on your door. What are you going to be doing?
Tox is gonna... Tox's eyes are gonna shoot wide open. He'll look over towards the door, and he'll just briefly ask, or he'll shout out as he gets up, "Who is it?"
I'm one of the town guard. Need you to come to the gate.
Well, I didn't do nothing.
You didn't, but somebody's waiting for you there.
Who?
Dunno, kept talking about a goblin named Tux. won't leave. We can't let him in till we know what he's up to.
It's me. I feel that.
He'll just gather up his stuff and open the door.
If it helps, he's big, black scales, and he's got chains on him.
Chains.
Quick question, Donovan does have chains on him in character, right?
Well, I'd assume so.
Okay.
There is weapons.
Yes, chains. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna wake up your party members.
Well, I do mind, but go off.
The guard gives you an unamused look before he turns and walks down the hall to do the same thing with Sheree, Vidya, and Thea Grace's room. Just banging on the door.
Sherry's going to hide under her blanket.
Not used to the noise. Vidya? What are you going to be doing about banging on the door?
Is it loud enough that we can just not ignore it?
He's banging pretty hard.
What time is it?
It is late morning, I believe.
What the bloody hell is it?
Someone at the gate asking after your goblin party member. Figured I'd gather the rest of yous.
Fine. Sheree, it would seem that one of our companions has company, and it's not us.
Company?
Oh, I don't know. Something about a visitor. Well, I assume it would be simply easier to ask him ourselves, or to see it ourselves.
He's gonna be at the gate when you're ready. I'm gonna return to my post.
Yes. We hear you loud and clear, Sir Guard. You can return to your stations.
And you hear his boots against the ground as he just tromps away and then back down the stairs. There we go. Back out here. So, the ball is in all of y'all's court.
Yep, Tux is already heading out of the inn.
Oh. Sheree, come on. We don't...
Let me make sure my cloak and scarf are fine.
Of course. Still, we shouldn't tarry. We don't want to have our companions get into trouble without us being there to mediate it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Went the wrong way, Tox.
Yeah, I figured.
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked, son.
Tara, how to make yourself stand up?
Oh, give me a sec. Why did you turn on your torch?
I don't know. I don't know why that was on.
Stop turning your torch back on.
I didn't turn it back on. I turned it off.
Tox, why are you back in your room?
I'm trying to get out. Problem is, I don't know which way out is. Thanks.
Yup.
The roof was obscuring my view.
And there goes Tox. As you step out and look towards the gate, you can see a familiar face standing just outside the gate. Wubbs, what would Donovan be doing right now?
Kind of walking in circles, pacing. Very impatient.
Alrighty.
And just talks, looks over, you'll like lean in and squint, just. Oh, too early for this. And he'll just start walking over, just like saying, Donnie! Donovan! Hey,
Trey's just going
Donovan
to maintain a little bit of distance here.
Donovan looks over at Tox and just glares and just points one very accusing claw at him. You owe me money!
Hearing this, he'll just pinch the bridge of his nose and just.
Meanwhile, in the background, the guards are just giving each other blank, annoyed looks.
He'll just be pinching and rubbing his forehead and eyes and just. Don't look. I don't have the money right now.
Ah!
Yeah. It's not my fault. I just lost it in a river.
What?
You try
That,
running.
that makes no sense!
How does it not make any sense?
How do you just get the money in the river? How?
You trip, you fall, gold goes everywhere, and it's carried down the street.
And you don't get it?
Kind of on with the guy, the bounty hunters. Fresh on your trail.
One of the guards
You don't
speaks
jump
up.
in the river?
One of the guards speaks up. Did you just say you've got bounty hunters after you?
Oh, hold on a second, you two.
It's not bounty hunters exactly.
Tell
It's
me
just-
this, Goblin. Do we have trouble coming to Bleak Hollow?
You don't have trouble. As long as I don't go back to somewhere.
I sure hope so.
Should we be worried, Goblin?
No, town guardsman.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay.
Oh my.
He does not look the slightest bit convinced. He looks at you, then he looks up at Vidya and at Sheree. Were either of you a part of this?
Sheree's very sleepy and she yawns. No. I don't know what's going on.
Clearly not.
They'll be fine. You'll be fine. The town's gonna be fine.
Find it hard to believe that. Apparently we got a thief on our hands. We'll be watching you, Goblin. Don't get any sticky fingers.
My hands are clean.
And I'll just like dramatically like reach both both hands towards the guardsman, just like with twitchy fingers.
Just one of those. Ooh.
Yeah.
So he kind of just uses the blunt end of his spear to just, if they get in reach, he kind of just swats your hands away.
No, he'll just be out of the reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guard's just standing there giving you a suspicious glare.
Tox will roll his eyes and look back at Donovan.
So is that all?
Boing, 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 boing. Sorry, I got distracted by that. And he just kind of like scoots over. I'm staying with you until you have my money. I want my money. I'm hungry.
Oh, we cannot help with the first thing, but we should be able to help with the second.
Tox will just, just...
Fine. Fine. I suppose you can stick around for now.
I get the feeling their relationship is a lot less eager than most would imagine.
It's strictly business.
You try to dupe me out of my money again, I'll punch you.
Both of the guards kind of tense and look at each other at that with a little bit more fear in their eyes, because, I mean, they've got some half-dragons and dragonborn in town, and they know what they're capable of.
Let's not get too hasty to go in a fight already. We don't really want trouble. Also, we're going to have to put the lot of you out in the woods to duke out yourselves. If you're going to shed blood, at least put it onto the wild so that it can fertilize plants.
Wait, is that actually a thing? I thought that was just a rumor.
I'll give them something to fertilize.
Why in the bloody hell would it be a rumor? That's why things rot.
Huh. Didn't know that.
I like plants.
Oh,
Plants
anyways.
can be made into food.
is that all that the two of you are going to discuss? Or are we going to go on our merry way to do whatever it is that we need to do?
Yes, I am here now, and I want my money, and I'm hungry.
And Tux just points towards the tavern inn. Just says,
Food and drink. You'll find it in there.
Okay, good. Let's go. Kind of scoots past the guards, but he's still staring at Tox. He's not letting you out of his sight.
no, of course not.
Sounds like Tox is gonna have a lot of fun going forward.
Oh, yes. And Tux will just make his way back in. With a roll of the eyes.
The guards let me in and everything.
Yep. They've already, well, mostly vetted the rest of the party. And as long as you're not appearing to cause any trouble, they're not going to get in your way. Plus, I mean, the human guards at the gate don't really want to tussle with anything with scales and fangs.
Especially Don, because holy crap, he got big fangs. He got big fangies.
As you enter the tavern, though, you understand why they're so willing to let you in, because you see 3 Dragonborn sitting at the bar.
I just kind of like idly glance to them, but most of his attention is either on talks or food. If there is any food on any table, he's going to stare at it for a good long while.
There is food on pretty much every table.
Yeah.
They're still serving breakfast at the moment.
And Tux just hops up on one of the bar stools.
The same
This is,
tiefling who served you last night kind of steps over. Hello again, Sir Goblin. What can we get for you today?
Food.
Oh, didn't realize one of... Darius, why didn't you tell me you had a cousin coming in today? Darius kind of turns, looks at you, then at her, and he goes, Amaya, that's not a cousin.
Tux
That's
just takes a hand, drags it over his face. He's looking especially groggy.
You got coffee.
we do. Fresh brewed. I can get you a cup of that. Would you like anything to eat as well?
I'm gonna need at least 5.
5 cups of
Okay.
coffee.
Yeah.
Alright. She looked kind of slightly put off.
And just some bread to eat.
5 cups of coffee and bread. Alright. She looks up at Donovan and kind of looks slightly uncertain, but a lot more chipper. And you must be a friend of Sir Goblin.
He owes me money. I want my
Friend's
money.
a strong word.
And food. I want food.
I see. Well, we have a good array of foods. We have eggs and cheese, sausage. We have venison. We can make pancakes and hash cakes. Soldier's tack, if that's the kind of thing you prefer. She just goes on to list a bunch of different types of food.
Donovan is listening very intently. You see that big old tongue just, like, moving over his fangs. A hungry creature.
She kind of slips back half a step, and you see... roll a perception check real quick.
Okay, hold on.
What is your passive perception? 12.
Bloop. I rolled a 14, and then my bonus...
Plus 2, so 16.
Stat.
You see you see just about everybody who can see your face. The moment your tongue just rakes over your fangs, they all but the 3 dragonborn kind of shift backwards a little bit, but they all kind of tense up like they're expecting you to lunge at her.
I like food.
She kind of gives you this weirded out look and is just like, okay. Anything in particular to start with?
Can I have the venison?
Okay. Anything to drink with that?
Water.
Alright. And she immediately just scurries off to get your food ready.
Don kind of watches and he's kind of bouncing a little bit, like that happy bounce that birds do with their heads. It's pretty much what he's doing. There's just this very quiet yeah.
So, one of the Dragonborn, the one that's around the corner, steps around and just stops right next to you and kind of roughly jostles your shoulder. Hey, buddy.
What?
We're not exactly fond of people who come in here trying to intimidate our friends.
Don kind of looks at him, kind of furrows his brows, the look of a very confused trash creature. Huh?
You can't be serious. The look you gave her, the licking the fangs, all
I'm
of that.
hungry. She was talking about food. I like food.
Do you not realize how that comes off to other people?
Well,
You can't be serious. A half-dragon, unaware of what a threat display is?
I am hungry.
Then keep your fangs covered.
I kind of can't.
Yes, you can. It's easy.
Like, he just kind of points to his face. He doesn't have much lip. His fangs are just kind of out constantly. I can't. My face is just like this.
He looks very unconvinced. At the sigh, his head kind of snaps over to Vidya. You got something to say, pixie dust?
Well, only thing I've got to say is that we might as well give up. Doesn't seem like they intended any sort of threat or actual threat. If anything, they just seem to be a little bit tense, that's all.
He kind of eyes you for a moment and then turns back to Donovan. You're on notice, kid. Don't do it again.
I am hungry. What do you want me to do?
Not lick your fangs at someone. And then he just turns around and goes back to his seat.
My goodness. Perhaps I should give you a lesson on a little bit more manners next time we enter an inn. But that is for another time. Let us worry about our food for now.
This is a weird start to the morning.
You're telling me.
Just everybody here except Donovan is just face palms. Donovan's just sitting there. Food.
Yeah. Now that he's not allowed to lick his fangs, he's kind of drooling a little bit. And he just looks over at that other guy passively with this expression of, is this what you wanted?
Meanwhile, the guy who came over is just giving you this irritated and slightly disgusted look.
He's very hungry.
After... How long has it been since Donovan's eaten? Holy shit.
He's just a hungry creature.
So he just his natural state of being is, I want food.
Yeah, that's why he hides it in his pockets.
I might have an idea on something that might be interesting regarding that. Touch base with me later.
Okay.
In the meantime, Amaya comes back with Tox's coffee and his bread. She slides a massive mug of water and an empty pitcher to Donovan, and she kind of gestures to Donovan's face and then to the pitcher. We'll have your food ready shortly. And then she just hurries off back to finish cooking.
Wait, was the pitcher empty or?
The pitcher was empty, yes. She might be kind of terrified of Donovan with his little licking the fangs, but she doesn't want to clean up his spit.
Yeah, so Dawn is just gonna take the pitcher and kind of hold it under his face so that the drool is, like, hopefully getting into the picture and he's still staring at the guy. Like, is this what you wanted? Just, like, internally.
And Meanwhile, the guy in question is just getting more and more irritated. Was anybody else trying to do anything? Is Sheree just standing off to the side, being sleepy?
Yeah.
And Tox and Nvidia, are you doing anything further?
Not really. Only keeping an eye to make sure that nothing further escalates.
Tux
Maybe
would
some
just-
water, but that's about it.
Tux would just be down in cup after cup of coffee.
I'm not awake enough for this shit.
Exactly.
Alright, so you sit there for a little while. Eventually, Amaya comes back. God, I need to keep your name straight. Amaya comes back holding a plate with a massive slab of cooked venison.
Yeah.
She
Kind of like,
kind of just sets it on the counter in front of you and immediately snatches her hand back because she doesn't seem to know whether or not she's gonna lose it.
well,
She
Don is going to offer forward his payment and say thank you, and then he's gonna just start eating his venison.
she
Should I roll to see how much of a mess he makes, considering he's drooling all over the place?
yes.
Okay. 15.
Oh boy.
I just imagine all anyone hears is just.
There's the sound of tearing meat and loud luckily the carnage is relatively contained. Most of the emissions fall on the plate or near it. They don't quite go too far.
He's at least trying, but you could tell it's hard for him.
Amaya kind of looks at Tox and then at Vidya and Sheree and just goes, how long since he's last eaten?
I don't know. I don't know this one.
I couldn't tell you.
The poor thing looks like he hasn't eaten in a week.
I feel like I
Might
should
as
roll
well
on
have
that.
been.
Well,
Sorry, should I roll on that? Because it wasn't really established.
how long has Donovan been traveling?
I don't know. Where'd he come from?
Where'd he go?
Where'd he come from, Kanai Joe?
Joe?
So I imagine that the city that Tox and Donovan came from was some sort of port city. That probably would have been about a week or two's travel if he was going on foot, at least.
And he probably would have been.
Okay, so how much food does Donovan tend to tuck away is the big question.
As much as he can fit in his pockets, but I mean, they're pockets.
Assuming he's intelligent enough. What's his intelligence score? Let's
0. He has no modifier to his intelligence.
So he's reasonably intelligent, but not intelligent enough to think far enough ahead to ration his food. I'd say it's probably been around a week since he's last eaten. And what's Tox's passive perception? Let's take a look. Oh, that's Faye Grace's character sheet. Come on, Dandelion. Alright, so Tox's passive perception is 12 as well.
Sorry, someone randomly decided to start mowing, like, right outside my window. I'm just gonna mute myself for a little bit.
Okay. Tox, can you roll me a perception?
I sure can.
Let me just clear that real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Ha! You're wrecked.
he looks, to look at Donovan, you see absolutely no fucking difference. Like, he looks the same as always. Anyways, Amaya looks up at, she kind of forces herself to look away from Donovan and looks up at Vidya and Sheree. Can I get you anything for breakfast, dears?
If you would grant me something a little bit lighthearted, my lady, just some bread will do.
Just some bread? How about I get you some soldier's bread? It's slightly tasteless, but it's got a bit more value to it.
Video looks, mentally looks at a sort of budget that they're going to run, and reluctantly agrees with the suggestion of Amala. Yeah, yes, that will suffice. Thank you very much for that, John.
Amaya nods and kind of looks back at her. Would you like something else to drink, or is the water okay?
Water will be plenty, yes.
Okay. And you there, hiding behind the rest of your friends? She's pointing at Sheree. Would you like anything for breakfast, dear?
Dawn
Just some toast will be fine.
Dawn kind of tucks in his wings a little bit so they can see each other better.
And what did Sheree say?
Just some toast will be fine.
Alright, toast. Would you like anything to drink?
Tea if you have it.
Tea. Okay. So, water, soldier's bread, and some toast. I will be right back. And she heads off again. Meanwhile, Darius kind of turns and looks at Sheree again after hearing a familiar voice. And he kind of gives you a nervous smile. Hey, good morning. Didn't realize your friends were so varied.
Good morning. She just kind of rubs at her eye. She's still very sleepy. I don't know this one. He's Fox's friend.
That's good to know. He kind of sounds a little confused.
Look, sire, I understand your concern in regards to the safety of this town and the folk on it, but rest assured that we will make sure that nothing much happens to it. If anything happens, we'll make sure to deal with it ourselves.
He turns to Vidya, gives them a look, kind of a calculating look, and then he nods and says, I'll hold you to that.
You need not hold me to that. It is on my own best interest to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't really want to get into some core of the mortals of this place, and neither does my mistress.
He kind of gives you a chuckle and nods. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Training how to interact with mortals paid off.
I imagine it is.
I feel like today's gonna be a weird day.
This is just an average Tuesday. Don't get too worked up about it.
Wasn't it Wednesday, Phil?
Feels like a Monday.
And this is the part where we realize no one knows what day it is.
Darius kind of laughs and says, "It's actually a Friday today."
Oh, for orders. Last, what the hell is the calendar?
Unfortunately, most of the people around here can't read all too well.
It's this thing with numbers on it.
So, while this is going on, does anybody want to take another look around the tavern, or is everybody just happy focusing in on what they're immediately doing?
Don is very happy just focusing on his food, however, some of it is going to go in his pockets.
Well, I mean, he is paying for it, so that is his right.
Yeah. It's anything that's within reach, honestly.
Anything edible, including the drinks.
Not the drinks, no, just the food.
Okay, so he's smart enough to know that trying to tuck a drink into your pocket is a bad move.
Yeah, he is, however, going to look at Tox's bread.
Tax is just munching on it and he's like,
Don't even think about it.
I'm thinking.
And there is plenty of food around you. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. Blah! That didn't go as far as I thought it would, but 13.
That is
and
an
that's-
18. So, anything edible in reach, you manage to just swipe it without anybody noticing until it's already in your pocket. And by then, like, the person that you swiped it for doesn't realize where it's gone. They're kind of just looking down at their plate and realizing roughly half their bread is gone. A chunk of their scrambled eggs is just missing. Some of their bacon has just vanished.
May I roll a contesting perception on that?
Go ahead.
I think it bugged.
Oh no. Oh,
There it goes.
nope,
There you
it goes. 12.
Yeah. It's okay, that's just going to be a 14.
14.
Yeah. Now let me put this out of the way. There you go. Hey, that's not fair.
Get wrecked. I'll put mine outside too.
Alright, so Vidya, you notice that stuff is vanishing, but you don't see where it's going.
They're just going to just sigh and pray that nobody gets too alarmed by it.
Everybody looks just more confused than anything else, and then they kind of just shrug like, I must have eaten that earlier and not realized it.
Don finishes his venison and just gives like a big old belly pat, like fucking. I haven't eaten in a week.
It's roughly about this point that Amaya comes back with everybody's food and drinks, lays them out for everybody. Was there anything else I could get for anyone?
I'm fine.
She nods back in response to talks.
Water.
She nods again. Another
I'm fine with
glass
what
of
I
water.
have.
All right. And she kind of looks expectantly at Vidya.
Hmm.
Was there anything else I could get for you, dear?
No, ma'am. This will be plenty for me. One of the advantages I have having a petite stature.
She smiles, gives a little bow, and then moves off to help another patron.
At this point, Don's just kind of chugging water. There's food in his pockets. He's happy.
I've got food, I've got water, I've got a few gold coins left over. I'm happy.
Yeah, man, it's the simple things in life. He's just gonna kind of look around now that he's done eating, see if people are still staring.
Give me investigation.
Investigation. Okay, I'll roll my dice outside so it doesn't get in the way. Blah! 13.
So that's a
plus-
14. So you're not gonna see.
Are you looking at my sheet?
Yeah.
Or-
Wait,
Which one
I looked at the
is-
wrong one. Yeah, that's just a 13.
Okay.
My bad. I was looking at Vidya's sheet. But you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Everybody's kind of giving you these weirded out looks, as if they've just seen like some strange creature they've never seen before just walk in and devour a whole ass side of venison. One or two of the people off in one of the corners to your left is kind of giving you this weird head tilt kind of look. And somebody else, the person by the counter is kind of by the fireplace is kind of just muttering to themselves and just giving you these kind of furtive glances.
I attracted all the attention. I should have been a bard. I'm good at this. Let's see. Don is gonna notice how many people are giving him weird looks, and he's just gonna look around and just mouth like, "What?"
And then as soon as you say that, everybody else just goes back to what they were doing.
And I'm gonna look over at Vidya and Sheree and just be like, "Hi."
Greetings. Have you any need of something?
Ah, son of a
No.
bitch.
What'd you do?
My game's crashing again. Hang on.
Oh no! Get wrecked.
Tailspire, why? I just want to play D&D with my friends.
My friends. But yeah, once he gets asked if he needs something, he's just gonna be like, "Nah, I'm Dawn."
Greetings, Don. My name is Vitya.
He's gonna look over at Sheree then. Hi,
Hi,
I'm Donovan.
my name's Sheree.
Hello.
Hi. You have pretty scales.
Thank you. You have. He just kind of pauses. A pretty cloak.
Thank you.
Does it have pockets? I bet you hide a lot of food in the pockets.
My cloak does not have pockets, but I do have pouches.
Ooh. Good for hiding food.
Trying to turn my camera, but I can't because Tara's not in game.
I'm
Just
almost
locks
back.
everything.
I'm almost back. Hang on. I'm loading in.
Minecraft.
Yay!
Alright, I'm back.
Yay!
Hey.
I'm back. Everything should be fine now. Wait. Hang on. Okay. I was about to get worried because Vidya and Tox fucking vanished. Somebody cast invisibility on them bitches.
It's okay, we're just having technical difficulties, don't worry about it.
I don't know what's
Stand
going
by.
on.
No one knows what's going on.
No one ever knows what's going on. I know I definitely don't. Why do you think I roleplay dumbasses?
Life imitates art.
It really does.
Sometimes when I'm lying in bed to get it all out what's in my head.
I like the He-Man version of that better.
Yeah. That's the only version. What are you talking about?
I know, right? And he prays.
And he prays.
Oh my God, do I pray? Anyways, what were we doing? Party just randomly breaks out into song.
I might have to have y'all roll performance if that happens. Anyways, Donovan was introducing himself to Sheree and Vidya.
And asked how much food she could fit in her pouches.
Tox, meanwhile, is just guzzling coffee and wishing. Sorry.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think Toru needs coffee.
Nope. Tox is just slamming back his coffee and wishing that the day was over already.
It's just one of those days.
I can imagine his thought process is just, I woke up 5 minutes ago. The day's been too long.
Sometimes that's just a mood, you know?
Yeah.
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 Alright, so everybody's made introductions. Anything else anybody wanted to go for?
I'm kind of just shit posting at this point, honestly.
That's the only way to post.
I know, right? I gotta turn on my AC, it's hot in here. Or is it just me? It's definitely not me.
Somebody roll me a perception.
Okay.
Okay.
Like multiple people or just one person?
Either or.
I'll roll mine also. Pwah!
Okay, so
It's a
top.
16 for
I rolled
me.
a 1.
I rolled a 19.
My eyes are facing 2 different directions right now. My tongue might be sticking out a little bit. I'm not percepting anything except my existence.
Even that's questionable.
It is questionable, yeah.
So Tox did indeed get a 16. Sheree, did you roll or nah?
Yeah, she
I got a 19.
Okay.
I saw it for like a split second before mine overcame it.
Alright, so as you kind of blearily scan the tavern, you kind of notice something odd off in one corner. It looks like a cloaked figure, kind of dimly lit from within. It turns to look at you, and then the moment you lock eyes, it vanishes.
Sherry's just gonna kind of stare at that spot.
You're just gonna stare at it, not gonna say a word or anything?
He's just going to stare at it. Give her a moment, she's still half asleep.
You said
Processing.
Tox saw it too? Or no?
You rolled a 14, correct?
16.
16. You kind of saw something out of the corner of your eye, but by the time you turned to look at it, it was already gone.
Ah, okay.
Sheree, on the other hand, was kind of full-on facing it.
Ah.
Vidya, did you roll that perception, or...?
Not yet.
Okay. Oof, you didn't notice a thing.
What was that for again?
Perception.
Yeah, it was a perception. You didn't notice anything.
Okay.
Dawn just kind of looks over at Vidya, like, do you think that horses like being horses?
What?
Who knows?
I mean, do you think they like pulling things and taking people's for rides and doing general horse things? Do they like it, you think?
I don't know. Might depend on the horse. Do you want to ask?
I would love to ask a horse.
Oh, if you run into a horse, we can ask him.
Yes! It's
Is Sheree still waking up after that? Like,
But only if you behave yourself. I will not grant my assistance towards someone that is undeserving of that. So for now, you are within an agreeable state. You are somewhat amusing, if a bit troublesome.
I just like food.
Yes. Perhaps a little bit too much, though, and that too much ends up in neglection of another thing.
I didn't eat in a week. I'm very hungry.
Yeah, but so the best of us, dearie. For now, just focus on getting yourself sorted out in terms of nourishment, and then we'll be on our merry way.
Lydia,
Yes.
Yes, mistress?
I saw something.
You saw something. What might that be?
I'm pretty sure it was some kind of spirit.
Pardon? A spirit, you say?
A spirit.
Vadia would get a little bit closer in order to be a little bit more private and ask, where? What kind of spirit?
I'm unsure, but she points over to where she saw the spirit.
Where would that be in terms of reference? I see. I see.
The spirit just like blips in and out of existence like it's fucking with them.
that may just happen at some point. We don't know.
For now, it might be best if we don't bring it up just yet. Though we do not know what it seems to be wanting to do, it doesn't seem to have done anything malignant yet. And if we try to raise alarm at it, it might only complicate things further. Let us wait until they either go somewhere else or the patrons of the bar go elsewhere.
Alright.
Is this a conversation that Dawn can hear, by the way?
Roll me another perception.
Okay.
We are doing a lot of perception rolling today.
11.
11. That's going to be a 14. You can hear little bits and pieces. You can't quite parse what exactly they're talking about, though. You hear something.
I'm gonna stick my face in and be like, what are we whispering about?
My. Intruding to someone else's conversation, are you not? Nosy people like you are fun, but I should us being mindful of doing that in the future. If you did that in the forest, you might get yourself in big trouble with my kin.
Huh?
Perhaps one day you'll learn by yourself. No matter, it's nothing you need to worry about.
I listen to things. It's how I know where the good food is.
Unfortunately, this conversation doesn't give you any good thing.
Aw, no food?
There's no food.
No.
Aww.
Sheree, you've got competition.
I've got competition.
Yes, competition for the position of brainlet.
Well, since it's not food related, Don doesn't seem to care.
He just wanders away.
He just goes back to the counter. Stares at Tox in his bread again.
Tux just glares at Donovan and shoves the whole piece of bread in his mouth. Or whatever's left, he just shoves in his mouth.
Don continues to stare.
And you kind of noticed, Sheree, as soon as you said something about seeing a spirit, Darius kind of glanced at you.
Is something wrong?
Me? No, not really. It's just... We've had reports here and there.
Reports?
It's nothing particularly serious, just... I heard what you said and kinda had to think about it for a sec.
She's most certainly curious now.
Don't worry your head too much about it. We'll take care of it.
Well, it kind of is part of my job, being a priestess, to worry about such things.
A priestess? He kind of gets this annoyed look. And then he kind of sighs and shrugs before waving you over. Alright, fine. Come over here. May as well.
She makes her way over. There's no room at the bar, Toru. No, just do that.
Yeah, just do that. He, Oh God.
What did you do? Toru!
I did a thing on D&D Beyond. I found the dice roller. I found the dice roller on D&D Beyond.
Good job, Toru.
Good job.
You did it.
Apparently you can roll a whole lot of dice on the dice roller on D&D Beyond.
Good job, Toru. You did it.
Anyways, as Sheree settles in on her bar stool, he kind of looks over at her and he grumbles to himself a bit, but he looks up at her and he says, "So, you're a priestess. You deal with spirits."
Spirits and sometimes the Fae as well.
He kind of slides his eyes over to Vidya and he just gives a small chuckle and a smile and he goes, "I noticed." So, we've been having some issues with spirits. It's been going on for a few centuries and we've been dealing with it ourselves, but the last time we tried to have a priest do anything about it, well, the priest didn't come back, so...
That's concerning.
On the one hand, I want to ask... I can swallow my pride and ask for help, but at the same time, if a priest of Ilium can't do anything about it, what can you do? You know?
I'm no priestess of Ilium, I'm a priestess of Shivara. Perhaps that'll give me some better insight as to what this spirit is.
Maybe. Hopefully. It's been going on for a few centuries, and nobody remembers where it started, so...
Well, the only thing I can do is try, right?
I suppose. Just be careful, yeah?
Of course.
Good. What the fuck?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Tar!
He's vibrating.
Whoa, look at him go!
He's vibrating. I'm finding all sorts of new.
Next.
I'm finding all sorts of new shit today.
He's haunted!
Yeah. Aw. Aw. He's not vibrating anymore. Anyways, after imparting this little tidbit, Darius kind of turns back to his own meal, his own drink, and what the hell was that? Darius kind of turns back to his own meal, his own drink, and just rolls his shoulder. He clearly doesn't mind you being there. He's not dismissing you by any means, but he doesn't seem to know what else to say.
Oh, her mom's calling, that's why. Unless that was from earlier. What time is it? No, that was from just now. Okay.
Yeah, it's 5 of 5.
Yay!
Yeah!
Peanut!
It's a peanut.
It's a peanut.
It's the peanut.
It's a peanut.
She is, in fact, being a good girl.
Sorry, Tori, what were you saying?
Darius finishes imparting the information that he just gave you, and then he turns back to his food and drink. It's not a dismissal, but he's not 100% sure what else he can say.
If you wish for us to investigate this matter of the spirits, then I believe that my mistress has already caught scent of a lead.
He kind of snaps up and looks back at you. Really?
I have no reason to lie at this moment.
And
There is not really a place for it. She has claimed to have seen a spirit right at this tavern. Somewhere about the leftmost section, where the other patrons are enjoying themselves. I myself did not notice it, but I trust her judgment and her abilities, for it is why I was assigned to be her escort.
Darius looks at the other two Dragonborn and then slowly turns to look at the corner. One of them, the one that hasn't spoken at all yet, moves to investigate. Don't. And he kind of brushes past you, doesn't really say much, and then when he gets there, he kind of delves into a quiet conversation with the three people that were already there. Meanwhile, Darius turns back to look at Sheree. Can you tell me if it's still there?
It's not. It disappeared as soon as it locked eyes with me.
His eyes widen a bit, kind of alarmed, before he looks at the other Dragonborn, who immediately bolts from the tavern.
Dawn kind of notices him leave and is just like, oh, bye?
Sherry just watches him fall and is just staying there with very innocent confusion.
Mistress, would you perchance be able to give us a description of the spirit that you saw?
Turn?
He was lit from within. He was wearing a cloak that hid his face entirely. And the bottom of the cloak was very ragged, almost like it was completely shredded.
Should I relay that to the others?
So nothing too specific about their actual physical appearance. Still, their clothing is plenty to go for now.
Well,
Meanwhile-
it ain't exactly physical, is it?
You understand what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, Darius has his brow furrowed, and he's kind of he's kind of thinking really hard about this. He's just that can't be right.
Why not?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone like that, and I've never heard anyone described like that in the town.
Well, you said you've been having this problem for a while, yes?
For a few centuries now.
So it's likely the spirit has been around for a while.
That's true. Is there anything else you can think of about him? What was he doing when you caught sight of him?
He was just hovering at the table, wasn't he?
He was.
He was just floating near the table.
Donovan kind of stares at you for a moment. And then he heaves a heavy sigh. try not to be outside after dark.
Well, that's
Did you-
ominous.
Did you mean to say Donovan or?
No, Darius.
Ah, okay.
The dragonborn that Sheree and Vidya are talking with.
Shrey is totally going to go outside after dark. She's not going to say this, but she totally is.
Yeah, I can imagine. But Darius is just standing there looking at her, and he's like, I mean it. Don't go outside after dark. Trouble can still be caused during the day, but it's a lot harder to escape at night.
Escape.
Yes, escape. You don't want to be caught by these things. I promise you don't.
What happens if we do?
The last man who was seen being caught by those things was torn to shreds, quite literally. We buried what was left of him in a matchbox.
This is just giving Shrey more information. I hope you realize this.
Well, I mean, you have to understand it from from Darius's perspective. Most people have a sense of self-preservation.
I like how that's implying Shrey doesn't.
Need I remind you what happened last time we tried to do this campaign?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So he's playing on the fact that he assumes that everybody here has a sense of self-preservation.
Don's sense of self-anything is debatable, honestly. Is he even aware that he exists?
Debatable.
Debatable.
But Darius is kind of, his eyes are kind of shifting every so often. God damn it. Sorry, I promise I'm invested in this. It's just I've been cutting caffeine out of my diet, and it's kicking the hell out of me.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. It's just my body's kind of just going, there's no caffeine. There's no caffeine. Where's the caffeine?
Nah, I feel that. I'm getting pretty tired.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Well, we've also been going for a while as well.
We've been going for about an hour and a half.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? Did you think we were going for longer?
I did.
It did feel like long.
Mm-hmm.
Time
Yeah.
flies when you're having fun.
We'd have a lot more going on if I could find the notes that I had kept for this session, but I kind of can't find them, so I'm kind of just winging most of this.
Honestly, when I DM, most of my sessions are me flying by the seat of my pants because I can't predict what the fuck my party is gonna do.
Well, yeah, it's just I had kind of an outline of what I wanted to happen this session, but between Faye Grace not being present and not being able to find that outline, I'm kind of not completely certain what I wanted to do. in the place of it, and I didn't have the time to throw together a map for a one shot.
Right.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Darius is kind of. It's clear he's trying to prevent y'all from marching straight to your deaths.
A death march, you say?
Please no.
Sherry's just gonna kind of move away from the bar. What happened to the other Dragonborn that are at the bar? I don't see them anymore.
One of them is right over here.
Oh, and the other one fled, right?
The other one ran outside. He's got something else to do.
Oh, something else you say?
Yeah,
Suspicious.
he's doing other shit. Ah. Speaking of, I need to make sure that he's doing his thing.
Doing the thing with the thing?
Doing the thing.
With
thing,
the other
thing.
thing.
Do the thing with the thing, please.
He's doing the thing.
What is the thing?
A thing.
I'm actually also running on less sleep than usual, so
Should we, like, kind of find a stopping point so that you can go take a nap?
that would be nice.
Alright. So,
I gotta take my medicine. Oh man.
the other Dragonborn comes back over and whispers something to Darius. And Darius kind of looks up at Sheree and he gives her a confused look. Are you sure you saw the ghost, the spirit over there?
I'm sure, yes.
Well, the 3 people over there said that they didn't see anything, so we're gonna have to lock down the building and investigate more thoroughly. In the meantime, try to be careful.
Alright.
And he and the other Dragonborn are kind of gonna just hurry outside and close the door behind them.
And now we're trapped.
Yeah, they have to investigate.
Dawn kind of looks at the shut door like, "Meh? We're stuck."
Amaya kind of just walks over. She kind of looks a little bit slumped and disappointed, and she looks up at everybody and she goes, we're going to be here for a little while. Would any of you care for anything else to eat or drink? I may as well keep doing my job since I'm stuck here at work.
Tux just gets up from the bar and says,
Nah, I'm alright.
Stuck? Stuck?
We're not allowed to leave until the issue is investigated.
Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Well, we do have enough beds for everybody. we have enough food to last us until the investigation is done. So,
Are you sure within round?
Sherry's just gonna wander over here and kind of take a look around.
I didn't eat in a week. Don't judge me.
Maya looks at Donovan, tilts her head, and says, "If you didn't eat in a week, did you sleep?"
Not very much, though.
She kind of just gives him a soft little smile and slides a room key across the counter. "Why don't you go take a nap? My treat."
Ooh. Thank you. He takes the key, just kind of gives a little happy tail wiggle and waddles his way up the stairs.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
And he waddled away, waddle,
Waddle,
waddle.
waddle.
Tux is gonna follow suit and just head upstairs.
Just go right back to bed. Just
Yeah,
like,
which
oh,
room do I get?
No, he's gonna go back to his room, but he's gonna see.
Hey Donovan, guess what?
Chicken butt?
Look down the hallway. Oh.
Whoa! Wow, it's mine! Wow!
Okay, so
This
video's
is a
over
fancy
here.
one.
There's only 3 actual rooms in there, but we're assuming that they have more rooms.
Okay.
So, Donovan's going for a nap. Tox, you were going to your room for...
He's gonna inspect the windows.
Of course, understandable.
Yep.
And Sheree and Vidya, what are you two working on? You came over to inspect the corner again?
Yep.
Yes.
Okie dokes.
Y'all
Roll me
can
in.
continue if you want. I'm also gonna take a nap with Dawn.
Nah.
Good night.
Naps.
If anyone needs him, he's curled up on his bed with like all of his possessions wrapped up in his arms.
Including the food.
The food's in his pockets. He's probably eating some of it in his sleep.
Of course.
Alright, so,
We'll see you, friends. Have fun.
sleep well.
Bye.
Vidya, Sheree, actually, first, Tox, you said you're inspecting the windows, correct?
Yes.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or just making sure that they're solid?
Just to see if you can open them.
Alright, go ahead and roll investigation.
Alright.
That's a 13.
Yeah, that's a straight 13.
They look like they're solidly made, and if you had the proper strength and leverage, you could probably pry one open. But when you try that, your sword gives a rather concerning sound, and the window doesn't budge. So there's probably something else at play there. And then Vidya and Sheree, you two are looking to see if you can find any other signs of the spirit.
Yep.
Alright, Sheree, you roll investigation for me first.
Investigation. That's a +1 for me. Yeah.
Everything looks completely normal. You don't find a damn thing.
Everything is normal.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah,
And then
that's a
Lydia,
10 total.
You can kind of sense that something was there. You know that something was there that shouldn't have been. So you're given more reason to believe that Sheree saw what she saw, but you can't actually see anything yourself beyond that. Meanwhile, the people in the corner are kind of just giving you strange looks. Just utterly confused looks.
Sherry's used to weird looks. She doesn't care.
So are you gonna keep just looking around, or?
Whatever it was that was around here, it seems to have been long gone. It doesn't seem to have left any clues. Perhaps we were a tad too late to try and get us something more of it.
Really?
What say you, mistress? What shall be our next plan?
I can't see anything. It might be a good idea to further check around the building.
Perhaps. I say, did we see any children when we came to town?
I don't know, Toru, did we?
No, you did not.
Hmm.
You have not seen any children yet.
It would be helpful if we knew more people had more sightings of them. Try to piece this mystery together. But
One of the people nearby kind of looks at you and gives you a suspicious little sightings of what?
Did the Dragonborn tell us to try and keep this under wraps?
He did not.
You see, we were told that this town had some not quite too frequent, but reoccurring spiritual sightings, ghosts, as a layman myself.
The person kind of gets this freaked out look on their face. You saw one?
No, settle down.
They kind of slump in their chair and just plant their face in their hands like, oh, no wonder they both ran out and locked the door.
Oh, poor guy.
I know it feels rather uncomfortable to be in such a situation, but I must assure you that there is no threat around us. Shall I take your reaction as to you knowing a little bit more that you can pass on to us?
He kind of slowly lifts his head to look back at you and just sighs and leans onto the table, and he looks just completely done with today. And he's just ask away. May as well. We're gonna need something to pass the time.
Very well. Now then, what should we start with, mistress? Have you any ideas? You're the one that is a little bit more familiar with the investigating the supernatural than I.
Well, from what we gathered, the spirits have been around for a good long while. And from how the others speak of them acting at night, they might be though that is curious. They're calm during daytime, but hostile at night.
They're not calm during the daytime. They're just more focused around a certain area.
Which area might that be?
There's a hesitation for a moment. He doesn't seem to want to tell you that much. I'm not gonna send you to your death.
Well, it is my job to look after these things, being a priestess, and I can't help if you don't give me any information.
Unless you're a priestess of Ilium, I don't think you're gonna be able to deal with them in their home.
Why might that be?
Well, I mean, number one, they're spirits, and as far as I know, only Ilium is the one with a particular strength in that regard to survive that encounter.
Mayhap they do indeed have a certain affinity towards that, but that doesn't mean that my mistress is not incapable of handling that either.
He kind of... You know what? Roll persuasion.
Very well. That's a 15.
15? Damn. He kind of conflicts with himself, and then he shakes his head. You're not gonna last a second in the graveyard.
The graveyard. Yes, that does make sense.
And then as soon as he realizes what he said, he kind of just clamps back up.
Understand.
Would that be to the east by any chance?
I can't tell you more. I can't...
You need not worry about telling us more about the location.
If I tell you where the graveyard is, you're gonna go investigate, and you're gonna get yourselves killed. And the last person we found down there was trying to help them.
Yes.
And they still killed him.
But who said anything about going to the graveyard now? We're not looking to deal with the spirits now.
We can't exactly leave anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. But I shouldn't have said anything. I should not have told you what I told you. I shouldn't have told you where it was.
Well, then you may as well pretend that we have never met. Treat us as strangers. if you don't say anything about this conversation, then neither will we. If that makes you feel any better. Besides, we first seek to understand what exactly is it that keeps them to this place instead of moving on to the afterlife. We're not going to go for a direct confrontation with them. So I don't plan to.
He gives you an unsettled look, and then hesitantly nods and turns back to his table. I wish you luck, priestess and paladin?
My. Finally someone has taken notice. Yes, but don't feel the need to spread the word. It makes my job rather easier.
He gives a slightly confused nod at first, and then he kind of wraps his head around what's going on and gives another slightly more confident but still reluctant nod.
Vidi responds with a grin and a little bit of a sly look to their face and looks back to Shrey. We'll need to find the motivation for the spirits to linger on this place, but before even considering to interact directly with them, mistress. At least that is how I feel it. If you wish to take another course of action, then I'll be at your order.
Well, spirits tend to linger because they have a reason to linger, so finding out why first is always the better idea.
Indeed. For now, I will actually have to go before I end up being late for something, and I also need to settle dinner. So that's going to be it for me.
Yeah, we can. Why don't we just say everyone went to bed?
Sure.
That sounds fair. That
Because
good
they
with
can't
you,
leave
Jay?
anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for everyone for the time of the session, and have a good night.
You too. And Church and Sheree, you heading off as well, or you want to hang around and do something?
I mean, I'm good to hang around.
Alright. What have we got on the docket?
I still need to do more tombstone farming.
And I am still going through Tears of the Kingdom.
What do we have that we can all do? Oh, hey, you have Project Playtime.
Yeah.
Does the Shay also have Project Playtime?
Nope.
Oh.
It is free.
I mean, we do also have Unrailed, and we do also need to get you two through the Destiny seasonal story. So, we've got options. Also, we could give Muck another try.
No, I think the only one who can survive that is Minarda.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, I've survived a good long while playing solo. It's just we kept on getting bad seeds. Wait, do we all have Phasmo?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Not in a Phasmo mood.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Alright. Y'all feeling unrailed? Or...
Not particularly.
Alright.
Why don't you just play a game, Toru? We can just kind of chat while you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Other side, Dysterra or Power Wash Simulator?
Power wash.
Power wash.
Power Wash it is. Let me just change this right here. Should I go through the story or just randomly do stuff?
Either or.
That doesn't help me. Oh, and of course it's not going to capture. Hang on. Oh. Oh, there it goes. Oh, hey. Hey, I can power wash Lara Croft Manor.
Ah.
Toru, you're not streaming in Discord.
Oh. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. How's that?
Better, I suppose.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Alright, let's start Croft Manor. I've been requested by my esteemed employer, Miss Lara Croft, to commission a cleaner for the exterior of her residence, Croft Manor, and have acquired your details from a mutual friend. She is soon to host a charity fundraiser for the artifact repatriation, and wishes for the manor to be looking tip-top all of her esteemed international guests. As you'll no doubt discover from the odd buffed brick here and there, I have attempted the task myself, but to no avail. It is simply beyond my advancing years. Please note the roof has only recently been retiled and won't require any of your attention. Miss Croft is currently recuperating in Egypt after being set upon, but will be back soon to give your handiwork the once-over. Let us begin. The balconet? The fuck's a balconet? Oh.
Ebony balcony.
The balcony. Yo, this is tiny as fuck. I knew they weren't going to be able to bring in the entirety of Croft Manor. You actually get to explore Croft Manor in several of the games.
Mm.
I knew they weren't going to be able to bring in the entirety of Croft Manor, but this is still a lot smaller than I'd expect. I trust you have everything you need to begin work. I'll be sure to furnish you with tea and biscuits just as soon as I escape a minor predicament. I think I might know what's going on. It's nothing to worry about, by the way. Miss Croft likes to set me these challenges from time to time, otherwise one can get rather dull. Clean. As Yahtzee says, it's time for the dad game. I hope I find myself enjoying these more once I become a dad. All these nooks and crannies. Yeah, that's the balconette done. Now for the battlements. There we go. Oh. Fuck. I am unhappy with this. Oh, hey. I got one of the battlement decorations by accident. There goes another one. And there's the battlement. Yeah. You know, this game makes power washing look so easy and fun.
Easy, sure. Fun? Not so much.
Aw, come on. You're telling me you wouldn't like to just drive up to a place and just spray it down with hot, pressurized water?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, but that's boring. Where's your sense of adventure? I'm gonna finish up the battlements and then switch over to unrailed.
Alright.
At some point soon, I'm gonna try and stream Other Side again. Because as much of a challenge as that may be, it's still fun.
I suppose so.
I remember I quit playing Other Side because I got too attached to the characters.
If that's good of a story, huh?
Well, it's also that they're literally called daughters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why.
So I'd be sitting there, and then I'd lose one, and I'd be like, no, my daughter's dead. And then I would just get super fucking depressed. But, like, the thing is, it's a really good game. Like, I got to the second boss without losing a single daughter, and then everything started going poorly.
Yeah, that'd do it.
I tried to find some fan fictions for it at one point, but I couldn't find anything good. I think the best one that I found was a My Hero Academia crossover called Red's Chosen. And essentially, instead of Izuku getting one for all, he's contacted by the Red Mother. And she's like, yeah, you can summon my daughters now. Have fun.
Oh.
And so he summons one at first, and she helps him pass the UA entrance exam. And then beyond that, it hasn't been updated since like 2022. Like April 2022. So
Oh.
I'm kind of just sitting here like, what's going to happen next? What's going on? But it's reasonably well written. I think it's on AO3. I'll double check in a minute.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
I'm
You good?
okay.
You sure?
My head hurts.
Bless you. Bless you.
Tara, are you okay?
No, dying forever. I think I might be a little dehydrated. Alright. Battlements and battlement decorations are done. I'm going to switch over to Unrailed real quick. There's also a new game that recently came out called Silica, and it's a combination FPS RPS or RTS. We gon' unrail. I'm a cowboy. Got my
Good
6-shooter.
job,
Truly outstanding. Just like a scarecrow. Outstanding in your field.
You're right, I am. Oh, wait. Blip.
There.
Hey guys, can you see the bonus?
There.
I didn't hear you. Where's the bonus?
There. Right over there.
God, that show annoyed the piss out of me.
Did you ever give just the wrong answers?
Don't you just love that this fucking robot will only ever, like, chop trees and nothing else?
Oh, I'm sure it's just the best.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It won't even chop the important trees. Hey, it's raining. Yay.
There's
Yeah, I got that bonus. Oh shit. Bonk. Hey, it's raining again. Must gather wood. Oh, I need to gather some iron too. This can be quickly rectified. Because I can. Fuck, fuck, fuck a duck, screw a kangaroo. I made it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Nope. No! Damn it. Gimme. You go there. Come, Railbot. Don't let my train burn. Ah, easy enough. Hey. fuck are you? You cannot burn me. I'm about to fail.
Okay.
That was so close. Yeah. The lumber bot collected the thing for me. Good lumber bot. This train shall not burn. Yeah. Ghost car.
Ghost car.
Ghost car and the boom car. Boom car is right there, and I can't get it. Damn it. Hey, hey. Come here. Wait, why are you all the way over there? Finish off those trees! This fucking bot. It'll go back. It'll go back. Eventually. Yeah, see? There it goes. I remember it took me forever to start using the ghost car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because
Really seemed too much use out of it at first?
at first, yeah, and then I lost like 3 times in a row because I couldn't get to where my resources were, or I couldn't get to the storage car. So eventually I was just like, fuck it, I'll buy the friggin' ghost car.
Gotcha.
And the rest, as they say, is history. Ah, shit, no. That was so close. Ah, shit. There we go. I'm probably gonna stop streaming after this.
Yeah, understandable.
And there we go. Got the station.
Alright.
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 Alright.